Oh, somebody's son told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Oh, are we
Oh, hello
live?
everyone. Yeah, we
Oh,
are.
hi.
Oh,
Hello,
I
all
am
four people. How are we
the
doing?
sharpest tool in the shed. I promise.
You are a tool.
I
Absolutely.
I I am a tool. I'm the tool.
About as useful as a lawnmower in the Sahara Desert. Just fucking blowing shit around.
Not as useful as an salesman in Alaska.
I don't know what the hell just happened, but it was almost like the fizz from the Coke was already pushing the mic. Like I couldn't hear it, but it was like it was pushing it. And just you talking was like, I can't handle the Coca-Cola, the Sailor Jerry, and Josh's voice.
Not few can. Oh, welcome everybody out to another episode of this, our Tower podcast that is black. That wasn't that didn't land the way I thought it would.
I like it.
The better tower. Is that okay? Can we say that? Can we say we're the better tower?
I mean, you can
I mean, we could go cards
say
of
whatever
humanity.
you want. It doesn't
We can go
have to
cards
be
of humanity
true.
and say we have a bigger, blacker tower.
Welcome to the bigger, blacker tower.
Look, if you want to cancel us for that, you got to cancel Cards Against Humanity first. Fucking
Yeah,
good
that's
luck.
right. Yeah, good luck with that. No, but this is the Black Tower podcast, home of the three Mahales of the Black Tower.
I swear, I thought you were about to say
We'd just
home
like
of
to-
the Wheel of Time, and I was going to be like, bold claim.
Of the Wheel of Time. That's it. You know what? That is. I claim it. It's ours now. Sorry, everybody who wanted it. You can't
Bandersnatch
have
group
it.
has entered the chat.
Yes! Finally got their attention.
Said to commit like fraud, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, we have established already on the show that it is a mark of legitimacy to receive a cease and desist from Bandersnatch and or Tor Publishing. So
That's true.
just I'm working on that for us.
Oh,
Let's see
shit.
who got one. Dragon Mount got one. Jason Denzel got one. Was Jason Denzel with Dragon Mount when he got it?
Probably.
So that's the same one. That's the same cease and desist, isn't it? Matt got one. Innkeeper Hatch got one. I'm just trying to put us up there with the greats, you know?
What's the guy got to do to get a cease and desist around here?
Oh, Reese, as always, your razor sharp intellect has put your finger squarely on the issue at hand, and I'm grateful to you for that.
That's right there.
It's right there. Right between the eyes, mother. Oh, Andrew, who would you say is responsible for making tonight's episode happen? Or who are we thanking for tonight on tonight's episode?
Well, to quote a well-loved but sadly gone TV show's Twitter account, it was about all of them. Because I created the channels and the thumbnail and the links. Reese created the core part of the topic, and
I'm
Josh
just happy to be here.
Threw in his 2 cents to be like, hey, this is a great question. I mean, but you could say that the question that Josh asked gave birth, like a male seahorse, to Reese's topic that is this episode's topic.
Have you seen a male seahorse give birth? It's terrifying.
Yeah, it looks like he's jizzing miniature versions of himself.
Yeah,
which is exactly what I want every person in the world that has never seen jizz to just imagine.
That's happening. The mental image. That's
it's just miniature Hughes just fucking coming out like it's Attack on Titan, like here's to the Jaeger.
Eren Jaeger. We're off to a great start, guys. A Wheel
Uh,
of Time podcast full of class, tact, and intellect. Not one of those other shows that resort to pee-pee poo-poo fart jokes. No, no, no. Our brows are very high indeed.
Oh man. Did you see that we have to have a passcode for messages on X now?
Oh, I should probably sign back into X. I got signed out over the Gathering Madness, and I just hasn't signed back in.
Yeah, I was just looking because I remember getting alerts on my phone about like something from Tor Books, but I don't know where that came from because there's nothing about that in the messages.
We have we are a part of their broadcast channel in Instagram.
Oh, maybe that's where it's coming from. Yeah, but I just thought about that because I was about to be like, "Oh shit, Josh, sorry, I never like got you added back to this or changed the shit back."
It's okay.
And then I was like signed
I still
in
love
just
you.
now to check messages, and there was because I hadn't signed in forever, I didn't read the last response from Guy Roberts, so it was highlighted and then said 8 months ago, and I was like, oh no,
Oh no! Whoops.
but it was actually our response to him.
Oh. Ooh.
I don't about a green light that I don't think matters anymore. What are they gonna do? Not put you in season 4?
Oh, dude! You brought out my French laugh.
Well, if you want to have the energy to bring out your French laugh, you should go over to w.gg.com and use code BTV to get 10% off, or use the code in the show notes or description down below. It's great, generous energy. It's a powder. Take a scoop, throw it into a shaker cup, throw it into a regular glass, stir it up, get the energy you need to make it through the rest of the day, increase that mental awareness and acuity, and just make the day your little Shidar Haran. I don't know.
Your little Debbie.
Yeah.
Your little Shidar Haran.
Yeah. Because he's
Who's
the
a
dark
cute
one's
little
bitch.
Who's a cute little Dark One's avatar? You are. Yes, that's right.
Who's a cute little avatar of all that's unholy and wrong with the world?
I am the best avatar of all that is wrong with the world.
Like the fucking
People come to me all the time.
The mouthpiece of Sauron.
Mouthpiece of Sauron. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Wheel of Time. We are not just three frat bros talking about beer all night.
What?
Only for
Gosh.
23 minutes.
What are we here for?
Oh yeah.
Why are we here?
Question.
Just to suffer?
Why are we here? Where are we going? What should we do?
Well, to keep you from suffering, we also have a spoiler warning for you so we can get into the topic tonight. Here it goes. All the way from your favorite bar, it's Norm.
Hello, I'm Tam Sorrel Norm. You may remember me from the Dusty Wheel or the Black Tower podcast. I'm here to give you a public service announcement about spoilers, as this episode may contain some. As if you didn't already know that, like watching the film Titanic and being surprised that the boat sinks at the end of the movie. Hello, moron. The movie is called Titanic. Of course, the boat fracking sinks. This show is called the Black Tower Podcast, as in from the Wheel of Time. And these three guys are Ashaman. Well, at least two of them. I don't know about that. Anyway, you have been warned.
I just showed up one day and you guys never told me to stop. So
Just showed up.
this is on you. This is your
What's your
fault,
name?
really, Andrew.
Yeah.
I put my name in the goblet of fire and
Well, you have two choices in that situation. You can react like book Dumbledore or movie Dumbledore.
Book Dumbledore. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Movie Dumbledore.
Movie Dumbledore. Harry Potter, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Fucking
I'm gonna
choking the
spell
life
that
out
out.
of him. He can't talk. Harry,
He
Harry,
would.
put your name in the goblet of fire. Like, sir, did you? What the fuck? Like, I like to
There you
think that
go.
that was not the way it was supposed to go. That Daniel Radcliffe had read the books, but yeah. And when he came barreling down the fucking stairs, that he was legitimately like, "Oh fuck, shit!" Like,
So the funny
Oh.
thing is who's the actor that plays Dumbledore? I can never remember his
the
damn
second actor
name.
that plays Dumbledore, right?
The second actor who plays Dumbledore. Hold on, I'm looking it up because this is important. Because he also sings, right? I bet you guys didn't know that.
Is it Richard Harris?
Yes, 'tis Richard Harris. So Richard Harris, also look at his musical acumen. He sings a very famous song. But it would not surprise me.
No. It was Michael Gambon. Richard Harris was the first Dumbledore because he passed
The
away
first
in 2002.
Dumbledore. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it was
the
Michael
first.
Gambon, who's Irish, which is why he was so good at just putting no spaces in between words.
And
Because the Irish are really
That's right.
good about putting no spaces in between the words.
Apparently, he had a lot of fun making the kids on set laugh and just absolutely messing with them. He did the fart machine prank, but they said Daniel Radcliffe did this interview where he talked about how annoying it was, like how frustrating it was, because he would like have them just cackling mad with laughter. And then they'd go, and action, and he'd yes, Harry. Very unfortunate. Like, and he'd just snap right into character. And of course, they're kids. They can't do that. They don't have the experience. And he would do it on purpose just to mess with them. And so it would not surprise me at all if he really was messing with Daniel Radcliffe when he ran in and went, like, it would not surprise me at all if he was messing with Daniel Radcliffe and they just went, fuck it, that's in the cut.
Let's do it. That's hilarious.
What's extra perfect is you peeked the shit out of your mic again, so it was all like mostly unintelligible, just
but at the perfect time.
Yeah. I could just see him like talking to like I could see him just talking to like the other actors as like they're waiting to come down the stairs and they're like, just follow my lead. We're gonna make Daniel Radcliffe shit his pants on set.
We're gonna make him burnt character. And then he didn't. He was like, no, sir. Well done, Daniel Radcliffe.
Harry Potter, and he's just coming at him like
like a
Dementor, but still alive. Like,
but then they're like, "Cut! That was perfect," and he's like, "Wait, no,
no, it wasn't."
Daniel's
Did you guys even read the book?
They had to shoot all the winter scenes next because he had marks on his neck. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. That's bad.
How funny would that be if we got canceled making jokes about a book series we don't even have a podcast about?
Oh, man. Be almost as funny as getting in trouble about making comments about things your book series isn't really about. Anyway, speaking of things that we are talking about, before we get into too dangerous of a world there, Reese, since you're largely at fault for this topic,
I do take partial responsibility.
Partial.
Reese, did you put this topic out there in the chat? Did you put your ideas on this recording schedule? What are we talking about tonight?
We are talking about the heroes of the Horn and what makes a hero of the Horn. What defines them?
Ooh.
What makes someone worthy of being reborn across ages?
I like
As
it.
a hero.
I like it. As a hero.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
Andrew,
one
couldn't
like
help but notice.
Or inaccuracy that I couldn't fix in the outline before we started, because everybody gets all the most of the souls. Anyone that doesn't become a Trolloc or whatever gets reborn, right? Everybody kind of gets reborn, but this is like a special kind of rebirth. But yes, Josh, you noticed something I fucked up?
I was just gonna say I couldn't help but notice you used the canonically inaccurate version of the Horn of Valir. We've got a very good view of it from the TV show, and it does not look like that way you had on it. So I don't know what you put on the thumbnail.
So
yeah, what the hell is that?
So one, you can take this up with Dragonmount, because this is the one from Dragonmount. Two,
wow, Dragonmount. Wow.
Point number 2, you can fuck
Did you guys even watch the show?
Point number 3, the wine decanter of time can kiss every last part of my ass.
I love finding decanters like that at thrift stores. And every time I'm like, the Valir!
Yeah. That's exactly, that's what somebody did. The fucking prop master was like, fuck, I forgot to make the Horn of Valir. I didn't expect them to open it this early. Went to fucking like Hobby Lobby or World Market, picked up a vase from the fucking front and fashioned another end so it doesn't look like it sits on the table, and was just like, ta-da!
Do you know that's who I
But
want an
also,
interview
like,
with.
No. So we did
I-
book accurate. Okay. We're a mainly book focused.
That was an
We try to
actual
go
horn?
Book accurate.
We don't even have to
Yeah.
say book accurate. We can just say the actual horn.
Yeah. What about the appearance of that horn indicates that it's going to make any actual like noise?
I legitimately want to talk to the person who designed that, and I mean, not even necessarily to shit all over it, but also to kind of shit all over it. But I legitimately want to know, like, what the inspiration was. What was the reasoning behind
Right.
that? Was it literally just
Or
we're gonna do
what
something
was the
cool?
direction.
Yeah, like what happened? What I have a number of questions. First of all, what the fuck?
They're like, okay, so like it's gotta be a horn, but it can't be just like a horn. Come on, it's gotta be something cool and futuristic that you wouldn't think of. Like that's what I imagine, like being like, I don't know. And then okay, yes, okay, here we go. I'm gonna spin a tale. So they get this assignment and they're like, what kind of horn doesn't look like a horn? This doesn't make any sense. And they're drunk with their friends walking home from the bar. They walk into a thrift store and they're like, look what I found it, the bloody horn of the bear. And then they take it in the work the next day and they look at it and they're like, this is what I picked up.
You guys.
I found an article. Here we go. Since we're talking about it, let's address it. The Horn of Valyr
Let's
shines
address the
brightly.
elephant in the room.
Yeah, well, this is also an article from Nerdist, so take it with a grain of salt. It's better than Screen Rant, so there's that.
Yeah.
The Horn of Valyr shines brightly against Falma's blue skies. It's plastic, though they considered white glass. Prop master Lucas Katakalidis, sorry if I butchered your last name, like you did the
You
horn.
did.
But electroplated it with real gold. Katakalidis recalls, we started with different concepts of, you could say, more traditional horns. It was quite a long process, and we tried different sizes and shapes. Giggity. But then at some point, when we showed Rafe, I think he had the idea that this item would come from the Age of Legends era, so we didn't need to stick to a traditional shape and could come up with something new. We made a new shape that could fit the request. It's apparently also with the shape in regards to how it makes sound, instead of having the bell end, if you will. That's a better joke for our UK listeners. Bell end.
the bell end.
It has slits in it that would allow the sound.
That's how music
sound
works.
team combined several elements for the Horn of Valyr, bought items off of eBay. They used bells, but above all, they wanted to work with Lorne's music to make sure the horn sounded elegant. We designed something
didn't
completely
sound
from scratch,
like anything.
but then we threw out all those ideas and went with the music to see what that was doing.
I'm gonna
Remember how
this is talking about the sound.
I like my story way better.
Do you remember how? Well, your story's probably way more accurate. Do you remember how we talked about how everything about the show feels unfocused? That right there, like that's a nail in the coffin right there. Like, we had 100 different ideas, and every time we came to them and said, let's try this, they went, no, it needs to be different. No, it needs to be different. First of all, what book series are you guys reading? Because the Horn of Valyr is not an Age of Legends artifact. It predates the Age of Legends. Like, I think Lanfear even talks about it being an artifact that nobody even understood in the Age of Legends. So, no.
I believe so, yeah.
So is the Horn of Valyr a kazoo?
It could be.
Wait.
Could be a kazoo. A kazoo of Valyr would be better than the tied bottle
just like
of Valyr.
Gold plastic kazoo that nobody knows how to play. I'm so excited. Yeah, that. There you go. The Horn of Valyr.
There it is.
See, I'm never the first one to come up with an idea.
I don't know.
See, even they had a better design horn on it.
Yeah, look at that.
I would like to talk to Lucas. What's his last name? And I mean, legitimately, I would like to have the whole story. So when you guys are watching this, tag him. Go forth onto the internets. Summon him, as it were, like a call from the Horn of Valyr itself. But wait, would Lucas even be a hero of the Horn?
You have been called before the hall.
That's
or
a
would he
great
be a maker
question,
of the Horn?
Josh Reckonholmes and Catacomb.
Josh Holmes.
Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that they went through the trouble of electroplating plastic.
Dude, what? But again, why? We electroplated plastic. Why? Spray paint it gold. Like, you're already cheaping out by doing literally a plastic bottle, a plastic Tide bottle. Just spray paint it gold. Can we just be done? Can you just stop pretending like it's special because you gold electroplated a plastic bottle?
Anyway, instead of talking about the object,
Sorry.
the horn itself.
Rant over.
No, you're fine. Well worth it. Well deserved rant.
Oh.
Let's talk about the people that answer the call of the horn and just explain some of this. So, what is a hero of the horn? So these are souls that are still bound, like most souls, bound to the wheel, but these souls are bound in a special way. We find out that they reside in Teleron Riyadh. They reside in the world of dreams. And it's they get reborn when the pattern needs them. They have a unique set of skills, that make them a danger to imbalances in the pattern, that make them a nightmare for Shadow Spawn and Dark Friend and other ne'er-do-wells alike. And you can the what they get reborn for and how they act as they're reborn and kind of some of the feats they accomplish kind of follow a pattern of the style of character they are, because they basically take on their own personality again as they're reborn. So their stories get recognized across lifetimes. Like, you can read the stories of Birgitte throughout history and recognize that, okay, this is Birgitte reborn throughout lifetimes, not just, hey, this is Birgitte, then this is Sarah, then this is Stephanie, and, you know, it's okay, it's all Birgitte. But what they also kind of have is that they are bound, that they get tied to the Horn of Valir, that they can be summoned in mass as a collective. Whatever heroes of the Horn are still in Teleron Riyadh, in the Hall of the Heroes, is kind of like the area they hang out with in Teleron Riyadh, where maybe they won't get found. Because they're not supposed to interact with like the waking or the real world or anybody that's there, really. But all of the heroes that aren't actively reborn in the waking world at that point can be summoned into the waking world by the Horn of Valir, which is why the Horn of Valir has an inscription on it that says that translates to English in the grave is no bar to my call.
There's
however,
a whole poem on it. Yeah.
Yeah. However, there's some things that that by the nature of the Wheel of Time need to be clarified. One, being a hero is not in and of itself a reward for just being great at something or being a great person or that kind of stuff. It's not necessarily just a reward for that. It is not tied to your ability to channel, your fame, your rank, the number of battles you win, the number of accolades you get. It's not tied to any of that kind of like quantifiable stuff necessarily. And they're also, though in many of their stories they are historic legends and historically like legendary figures, and you could kind of compare like individual feats to like the feats that we would have in certain religions to like saints or other saint-like figures. That's not by nature what they are. They are they serve a more cosmic level function in service to the wheel, in service to the creator and the will of the pattern. So that's pretty neat. The other thing, it's interesting, it doesn't make mention here in this outline that I definitely made. We learn through some of the heroes that have a conversation with Matt, and Matt learns that his soul, as of that moment, assuming that the heroes of the Horn always tell the truth and they have no reason to lie. Or
one of us always tells the truth, and one of us always lies.
Because here's the thing: like, they also have a pact to not interfere with the active living world outside of being summoned. Right? They're supposed to do their best to not change the course of what should happen. So it would make sense for them to look at Matt and be like, "Yeah, you're totally not a hero of the Horn, but you can be one if you choose to be, only for him to die and be like, son of a bitch, I am." And they're like, "Yeah, you know the rules." Like, I can't just tell you, like, yeah, you're already a hero, so just go do whatever you want. Don't worry about dying. You'll just get reborn, because that could change how he acts, maybe.
Unless we're talking about... Go ahead, Reese.
No, I was just agreeing. Like, that could change current actions if you admit that.
For the same reason, like, Doctor Strange doesn't tell, like, Iron Man until the last second, like, this is the one future where we win. Because he's like, if I tell you before that, you might do shit differently and we could lose. But you were going to say something, Josh.
Well, and how many millions of varieties did he see where he did tell Iron Man, hey, don't do that?
Yeah.
And then Iron Man compensated and came up with a way to try it. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, you tried too hard, and it tried too hard, got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter.
And in the end, it didn't even matter. That's right.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something clever and witty that makes everybody
I
listening
doubt
go,
that.
"Ooh, they really know what they're
Sorry, that was
talking
rude.
about at the Black Tower."
They always
okay.
do that, don't they?
Yeah.
No, not
Only in
always.
only in methods of beer and other series.
Let me dream. Okay.
To sleep.
Oh, no one
perchance
said
to
you
dream.
couldn't dream.
Yeah.
I
But
love.
we all must wake
so
from the dream sooner or later. Atheon.
so we've got the.
They tell Matt, this is the quick point, this is like the last thing, because this is kind of criteria and a core explanation of the heroes of the Horn, and is that you get to kind of make the choice if you are going to accept the invitation to be a hero of the Horn or not. You can decline or you can accept.
Right.
However,
Right.
once you accept, that's it. You're stuck. You are a
As
hero
far as we
of the
know.
Horn.
As far as we know.
Again,
it's-
with that, I'm saying we're assuming that everything the heroes of the Horn are telling to Matt is true. That he's not actively one
Right.
that you can accept or deny. We're going with the whole the whole
like
series is
mafia
an
rules.
unreliable narrator, but
You
let's
can say
rely
yes,
on the.
but then you can never say no.
You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
That's right.
It's actually
That's it.
more
All the heroes
lenient
of the Horn
than
just live in the Hotel
Amberlin
California.
seat. You can't even refuse that one.
Yeah, that's why Cadswain has to run and hide because she's so amazing, but for some reason fears
Sorry,
leadership.
I can't accept.
Get outta here.
I'm retired.
Except for when I don't want to be
Go on.
retired. Then I'm not retired. So the thing I like about the Horn, I like that there's a criteria, right? As Andrew kind of alluded to, there's a criteria. Eventually, you do something in life that flips you over the edge, and you become a hero, or you're given the choice to become a hero. Because I think when they talk to Matt, they go, Horn Sounder, you definitely could be one of us, but you're not. And he's like, oh, good. Whew.
I kind of feel like, I got in on a long drive back from an airport. I got in a conversation where I was assigning characters different, like I was giving them religious archetypes from like fantasy series. We were
Ooh.
having a lot of fun. Like we were assigning the 7 deadly sins to different fantasy series.
Nice.
Like as in the, for example, we had a lot of fun with the 7 warlords from One Piece. And so like going through this kind of like just applying that like broad sense, I think it's interesting to kind of see like there's a need, even the wheel, the pattern has a need for certain skills, certain personalities, certain talents to keep the pattern flowing, to keep the spokes going, so nothing gets, we need lube, guys. You got to grease the spokes so that nothing gets stuck, okay? And
The heroes of the
Glove
Horn
it
are
up,
the lube for this
then
ancient
lube it
wheel.
up. That's not a bad metaphor, honestly, because what happens, the heroes are only all of the heroes on Moss come out once and one time only. There's only one criteria to bring all of the heroes not currently living their life, and that is someone sounding the horn of Valyr. Other than that, the wheel says, ooh, I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. They've got to be fast, and they've got to be sure, and they've got to be larger than life. And then selects a hero and says, whoop, and puts them into the pattern, into existence to help I'm going to make a reference that you kids won't get, to help quantum leap the situation, in which Dr. Samuel Beckett is going to make a situation right that once went wrong and correct the timeline.
Sure thing, Grandpa. Let's get you back to bed.
And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Quantum Leap was the greatest television show ever made, starring Scott Bakula, and he was a scientist who's traveled through time, jumping in and out of people's bodies, and he had his assistant, and I can't remember what his assistant's name was, but his assistant would show up as a hologram. Nobody else could see him or hear him. except for Dr. Samuel Beckett, and they had to like correct the timeline, but they never knew what they had to do. They had to figure out on the fly. Oh, Dean Stockwell was the other guy in it, and Dean Stockwell's awesome. Yes, Eamon knows. Al, that's right. And Al had a little hand microphone thing that he would use to talk back to headquarters, and it was a guy named Ziggy, and it was great. Sorry, that's another rant of mine.
It's okay. It looks like all of your thoughts have gone to Diagon Alley. Anyway,
Diagonally.
get it? Because the green fire. Heh. It's flu
get it.
powder. All right. So to try to answer this question of what makes you qualified, we got to dive back into another bit of a topic we've already talked about in the past to a degree. The nature of souls, right? So there seems to be, well, depending on your interpretation of the criteria to be a hero of the Horn. So, because I think it's one of those things that are kind of a bit in line with like the concept of like Hindu style reincarnation, where there's not one lifetime you can live where you can attain enough understanding and enlightenment to reach nirvana. It's going to take multiple, regardless of who you are. I think it's kind of the same thing, that it's your deeds across multiple reincarnations, multiple lifetimes, that are going to determine whether or not your soul, because that's what's being bound, is your soul eligible for being tied to the pattern in this way and becoming a hero. So this is going to imply a degree of like innate alignment with the pattern and the will of the pattern, which is basically, you know, not always the well, it's always going to be the force of the light, because the pattern's only going to act on the light's will. It's going to allow the other side to do its things when it needs to restore balance that other way. Which might be another discussion to have about something else that we've already done like 2 or 3 times, but we can always do it again because metaphysics, it's fucking fun. And it's a great conversation.
I do love
And it
metaphysics.
lets us like at least pretend to sound smart. So this could suggest that some of Robert Jordan's rules for the heroes, whenever he was building this mechanism, is that there is a type of soul that is innately suited to serving the pattern repeatedly over and over and over again, and that these souls are clearly, they're selected, not self-made. So it's almost like an idea of predestination. Like, this soul is going to be reborn over and over again to prove itself, and then once we see, yes, this is a good decision, it'll be tied, tied to the pattern and become a hero, as the creator kind of knows it will, but is also like, it's got to go through the process. Like, I know you're qualified, but there's an application process, and you have to fill out this form and that form. Well, before I ask any more, like any commentary on that, any disagreement with that ideology?
Well, just kind of a curiosity with the, the Wheel of Time philosophy of just all souls being reborn. How does the selection process work? Like, can any soul enter into that selection process through acts of affecting the pattern in a great way? Like, say some soul, like through some trick of fate, ends up making a great decision on a battlefield and affecting a lot of threads in the pattern that would have otherwise gone a different way. Does that soul end up like moving up in like the metaphysical ranks of soulhood to be considered a hero, or is it only ever a select group?
So based off of the premise that I've given, I'm going to say no, that soul can't move up unless it is already part of that group. Because I think within that group, there's going to be some that are selected and will become heroes sooner rather than later. And there will be some that are slotted to become heroes over a longer time span. So that might be a soul that will move closer to becoming a hero, but is on a longer time span than others. Because again, like with this that I'm positing, no one lifetime action, no one entire lifetime is going to make you eligible to be a hero of the Horn.
It's almost like those threads are just innately closely woven with the pattern.
Exactly. Yeah, that's that innate alignment that I was mentioning earlier.
I see.
They're like,
I see.
hey,
They just
this lifetime, like, the pattern's talking to the soul and be like, I know we were boys this time. We were like this. Actually, we were so close. We were like this. We were like one together. I need to see if you can keep that going for a couple more lifetimes. Can I spin you out a couple times and you'll be fine? Because like a soul like Ishmael might have been like perfectly fine with the pattern for several turnings, and then clearly has a philosophy of like, I'm just tired of being pushed back out to do the same bullshit. So what if that happens? I mean, what if something corrupt? Because that's like, the idea. I think that's kind of underlying with this too, to maybe better explain part of this, or at least the way I'm thinking about it, is that when the souls are created, they're created from a sense of like kind of not moral but pattern style purity, and then a force like Shaitan, or this negative chaotic force. I say negative, this chaotic force on the pattern will potentially corrupt these threads and make them act out, and that's why like the Forsaken are kind of removed from that cycle of rebirth in the pattern, so they can't be like cleansed and rinsed and recycled again until they're released from control of the Dark One. So like maybe that's part of why it has to be like, we got to see if you can withstand this for several times, so that we don't have a hero of the Horn that falls to the temptation of the shadow.
So there's another. We talk about how Robert Jordan likes to use real life myth and religion and different things to kind of add in to the story to give it some familiarity. And there's an aspect of this that I don't think we've ever really discussed with regards to the Horn and how does one become a hero of the Horn. And that's a culture that Robert Jordan really, really, really loves to utilize, and that's Nordic culture. Okay, as a Nordic warrior, as a person who was out Viking, because Viking is an adjective. We only use it as a noun now, but it was an adjective. And anybody who was out Viking,
which can be multiple things.
Exactly. Well,
Welcome to the English language.
It in the
it's not actually a language. It's 3 other languages in a trench coat.
That's right. I love that. That's perfect. But if you were out Viking, or even in your day to day, you had to do something of tremendous valor. You had to die in an act of tremendous bravery and valor and fearlessness in order to be selected by the Valkyrie to go to Valhalla. Now, a lot of people, because they're very like washed in Christian theology and tradition, which is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But a lot of people refer to Christians.
Here we go, the fucking woke mob blaming Christians again. Fucking Josh.
The Valhalla is often referred to as like Viking heaven. It's not Viking heaven, okay? Valhalla is very much a training ground. Valhalla is very much you fight in an endless war, and when you die on the battlefield, you wake up in the Golden Hall, you feast, and then you go back out into the battle. And all of this is to train the perfect warriors for the battle of Ragnarok, which is supposed to be the last battle. The last battle. And then, yeah. So what we have here in the Heroes of the Horn, in the Horn of Valere, is we have heroes who by some act, by some deed, was selected to become a hero of the Horn. And what is their existence from then on? Their existence from then on is to exist in a state of Tel'aran'rhiod, where literally anything you want, you can just think it up and enjoy it and have it right there. And being sent down to Earth to live a mortal life, to fight a battle, to help correct something the pattern needs corrected, until you die and return to Tel'aran'rhiod, Valhalla, and you do that over and over and over again until Tarmangayda. Now, once Tarmangayda happens and everything finishes off, and the wheel begins again, right? Because this is the wheel. Time is circular. Did those souls have to re-earn their ties to the Horn? Or are they still tied to the Horn?
Or do you have to do something drastic to be severed from the Horn?
And can you even? Because time is a circle. We've all done it before, again and again and again. We're just doing the same thing over and over.
Well, see, and that's part of the thing. I think that's part of the criteria, and I'm gonna like merge some of this together for time's sake. Um, is that this fact that, or this idea that not one lifetime can make you worthy, not two lifetimes can make you worthy, but it takes several lifetimes to make you worthy, is a way for the pattern to self-check that not only do you have the capacity as a soul, but the resilience as a soul to resist the temptations of the shadow, to be committed to the pattern and therefore the forces of light over and over and over again, to where you're a strong enough soul to where you're not going to be corruptible in the way that things are corrupted. And I think with being a hero, there comes a certain degree of protection from something like, being forcibly turned or something like that. Because there's, and we talked about this before, and we learned about this. It's a bit of a misconception that we get during the Battle of Falma, and before, where the hunters for the horn are all talking about like, oh, the shadow spawn can't blow the horn, the horn just won't activate for them, that kind of stuff, as if it's like a built-in mechanism. And we learn later on, the second time it's blown during the last battle by Oliver, and Archer Hawkwing is like, kind of talking with I think Rand, where he's like, no, we have free will. We can choose essentially to answer. This enables us to. We can decline to answer the call if we feel that it's not worthy and not fitting for the cause of the light. That basically, like like a dark friend could blow the horn, but because of the fortifications of the souls that are heroes, they're all going to be like, no, invite rejected. We're not coming. Which is kind of like an interesting bit of balance to the, well, once you agree to be a hero of the horn, you're always a hero of the horn. You're now bound to this for all eternity. But also, like, you can like look at the invite and be like, you're not fighting for the cause that we believe in, so we're not going to go. So there's a big part of that very strict and repeated soul bound kind of innate allegiance to the pattern itself, and therefore an allegiance to the light side, as we would consider it. That moral episode we did really fucked up how I like talk about like the light versus dark side. But also, so a lot of this requires like this is a quintessential aspect of being a hero in any story. It's the intent behind the actions, not the outcome, right? What good is a hero that does heroic things out of only desire for fame? Are they truly heroic because they save people just because it gets them famous? And traditionally speaking, like, no, they're not, because they get proposed with a situation where they can save people and it gains them no fame, and they don't do it. I mean, we've seen Homelander do it in Amazon's The Boys. Like, oh, it brings us we'll get more fame for trying to save this plane full of people that are going to crash and die than we will from actually saving them. And I just don't really feel like doing it right now, because there's so many people and there's only two of us. So there's that. Do they have those traditional heroic qualities that we kind of think of? Some examples are like Birgitte repeatedly defending innocence and doing so, but also not like seeking out to conquer nations. And Gaidal Cain choosing his battles out of duty, because of a duty to fight them rather than glory. And then what's potentially most importantly is souls that work or help to stabilize the pattern rather than disrupt it. Again, they kind of function as this corrective mechanism, this cosmic force that is aiming to help correct the pattern without the need necessarily of the extreme measure of a ta'veren comparatively to correct parts of the pattern. So these would be like the more minor corrective forces to reinforce balance rather than break it back in one way or the other. So an idea or a way to think of it would be like the Heroes of the Horn are summoned whenever the pattern needs to be reinforced, not destroyed or pushed back in a completely different direction. Which will bring us to another part of the topic, but I don't want to go there yet because I just spouted out a bunch of shit that I want to make sure people have a chance to respond to. Give their 2 cents. Tell me that I'm wrong.
You're so fucking.
Tell me more.
Tell
me more.
Dick. You're so wrong. You've never been so wrong before in your life. Ugh.
Well, fix it, bitch. Do it.
I like where you're going with that. I like the merging of the different cultures because once again, as we talked about, there's no one for one lift of human culture in the Wheel of Time. Robert Jordan likes he likes to play Dr. Frankenstein
There's
and
a one for one
use
lift of these nuts.
Yeah.
Oh! Why do you think everyone Rand does gets pregnant?
Ayo, Rand.
That makes no
Rand
sense
is
because that makes
a
no sense for my
potent
life.
boy. Rand is a
He
potent
might be
boy.
Taviran, but those swimmers, they be bending more than the pattern. Oh yeah, I'm the cream of the crop, bending fallopian tubes.
Cream.
I'm the cream in your crop.
I'm gonna sing the song of growing.
It's my one weapon against Josh, and I love it. It's one of those things, like every time I do it, like the reaction almost makes me feel bad, but then I just laugh because I'm an asshole and it's funny.
It is funny. I love it. That one just caught me off guard.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What was I gonna? I don't know. I was saying something and it got derailed. I like it. I like you guys.
Robert Jordan
though.
never just one for one pulls part of like our world into Wheel of Time. He amalgamates different parts.
Yeah, it's always an amalgamation, and I love this because we can talk all day about how Valhalla is a pattern for the Horn of Valir, but we can also talk about Nirvana, being a pattern for the Horn of Valir, learning those things in multiple lifetimes and going, hey, this is what we've got to do. And so I don't know, I like it a lot.
It's also it's the Christian purgatory too.
Exactly.
Like everybody's got something
in the more Catholic-y kind of sense of like potentially self-sacrificing, like suffering is a sense of self-sacrifice and you deserve it, almost kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Or anybody that's Catholic listening, please let me know if that's right or not. I'm not Catholic. I dated a Catholic once, and I don't think she was like a devout Catholic, given some of the stuff we did. But
hey-ho, no, or she was.
She was Filipina, so like her and her grandmother, amazing food, and her mom was German, so I got some amazing food. That's what I really cried for. When we broke up, I cried for the food. She thought it was for her. It wasn't the food.
I'm losing
pancit, adobo, like I'm losing fucking lumpia, and I'm losing like really good schnitzel and everything. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry, we just can't see each other. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm losing the food.
I have a similar feeling on my first wife. Her grandparents cooked Greek food, and it was just.
I think Greek food was recently voted like one of the best foods in the world.
That's because it is one of the best foods in the world, sir.
I mean, I'll take a fucking euro.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, euro.
Yeah, you will. You'll take it.
Shut up. I'm so pissed. Like, there's a place here that like they offer one, and then I ordered it once just to see how it was, and it came with like a fucking like beef patty in it.
What?
And I'm like, oh, you fucking lying sack of shit,
dude. Next time,
where is my sliced lamb from the weirdly angular upside down pyramid? You lied, and you deserve all the punishment. Deport him. Get rid of him.
Next time you're in town,
I might have to actually edit that one out.
We don't need you.
Especially with Reese raising her arm like that, I'm gonna have to like edit out that section right there.
Next time you're in town, I will take you to a good Greek place. Because there's a couple here that are pretty good.
It doesn't help that like your hair's more blonde now either.
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
Do you want to know Damon's last name?
Oh no.
I think I've seen it on Facebook. I think he popped up as like a recommended friend on Facebook, and I was like, what is this profile picture, like him just sitting at like a drum set?
Yeah.
Oh, that is. I was like, I'm not sending a friend request because that seems weird, but
I sent him a friend request.
That's why he popped up, because y'all are friends. Like you were under like the mutual friends.
Oh man.
I was like, be my friend, Damon. And he was like, okay.
So you know his last name.
I've seen it. I'd have to see it again.
Okay. Last thoughts. Let's wind this up. Let's
we're
do
wound
this. Let's wind it down. Let's take it
right.
downtown.
So, part of the part, Josh, that you brought that kind of gave birth to this whole conversation. Let's talk about all of this. The criteria for being a hero of the Horn.
Giving birth to things.
I mean, I'm not shaming any kinks, but have fun.
I'm like a male seahorse.
Bruh. Fucking squirting my...
Surprise, motherfucker.
So all of this conversation about the criteria to be a hero of the Horn brings us to Rand / Lews Therin / whatever name you want to give that soul. Why do we never see or hear about Rand / Lews Therin being a hero of the Horn, but Ultra Hawkwing seems to recognize the soul that is Lews Therin? And I think that the criteria required to be a hero of the Horn, the objective that they and the cosmic function they serve, necessitates that any soul that gets the modifier of dragon cannot, by definition, be a hero of the Horn, because the heroes of the Horn mean reinforcement. They mean stability. They're like a bracing force for a foundation that is at risk for breaking or crumbling or sagging, right? But Rand, go ahead, Reese.
I thought one of the heroes of the Horn was the like female incarnation of the dragon.
Amara Sue?
Yeah.
So she is the like counterpart to the dragon. Let me look her up real quick before I say some shit that's wrong. Again. Wheel of Time, Amaterasu.
It does say she's a counterpart to the dragon.
Yeah, she's like a counter force to him. So if the dragon brings instability and breaks the pattern, then Amarasu
comes
as a counterpart, would bring balance and repair to it, which would fit the function.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that, a soul that takes on the Dragon Reborn moniker would have to be one that's able to break parts of the pattern.
So it's almost like an individual role
like that
from the heroes.
They're like the chaotic good member of the D&D party, right? Like they're still going for good shit, but they do it in fucking crazy ways that maybe aren't always necessarily like the positive or right way to do it, but they get good things done in the end. Assuming that it goes like Rand does. He goes for it because, again, assuming the father of lies isn't lying, big stretch there, but it is unreliable people that gave him his nickname.
Correct.
So true.
So there are times where the soul with the Dragon Reborn moniker has fallen to the shadow, but there's still time, so the shadow hasn't won. There's a chance, because that chance exists for the soul that is getting the moniker of Dragon Reborn. So you have a soul, gets reborn. A soul has the chance to get the additional moniker of Dragon Reborn. The Dragon Reborn or Dragon moniker is an add-on given by the pattern when it's super needed. It's not one soul that's always reborn as the dragon. Just in this circumstance, Lews Therin is the soul reborn as Rand and gets the moniker of Dragon Reborn again. Because it serves the interest of the pattern better. Because it's only going from second age to third age, it makes sense to have a soul that's familiar with everything that happened be reborn to kind of deal with you. You need a soul that can go both ways. You need one that can, both protect and destroy the pattern. Do you think a soul that was predisposed to protecting the pattern would have, turned Natrum's Burrow into a balefire glass void? And burnt away the damaged, fringed threads of the pattern that needed to be burned away so that you could do a good patch on the board? No, they wouldn't have. Birgitte wouldn't have done that. You think Gaidal Cain could have done that? You think Ultra Hawkwing could have done that? No, they couldn't. I posit, no, they couldn't do it. You needed someone like the Kinslayer. Someone that could kill his own family.
No, okay, so I like this.
I am going kind of nuts with the extremism.
But I
love it
though, because it's not that the dragon doesn't have influence and doesn't have like a consistent impact to the pattern. It's that they are equally affected by the dark as they are the light.
Yeah.
Whereas the heroes of the horn are eventually heroes of the light.
Yeah.
You know, that is their core purpose, whereas the dragon is to balance.
So like a hero of the
Chaos.
horn comes into
Well,
like a sinking foundation and braces it, right? To make it last longer. And it's like, there'll probably be problems later on, but we can brace it and address it then. The dragon comes in and bulldozes the house and foundation and just rebuilds the whole fucking thing, right? The dragon is the nuclear option whenever the bracing measures you've taken from having the heroes come out over and over and over again has hit a point where the band-aid fixes or the band-aid bracings no longer work. And you get to this thing where rather than being summoned like Heroes of the Horn are, the dragon is required by the wheel. Like, there's no other option. We need you now.
We need a cleanse. We gotta do it.
Like, I'm all alone and I need you now. I said I wouldn't call, but I need you now.
I'm a little drunk and I need you now. Okay.
Yeah. But because of this, and because of like the attributes you need to have the dragon, the souls that you would choose to take on the dragon monikers are too dangerous themselves to reuse as heroes. They're too unstable. They could go one way or the other. They're not their allegiance to the pattern, to the light, isn't as steadfast, unwavering, strong as the heroes of the horn. So you can't bring them into the same function for the same stability and the same use, right? Because they're the fucking wild card outliers. They might destroy everything. They might fix everything. It's the Hail Mary pass.
Exactly.
Whenever you're only down by 6 points, it's the fourth quarter with 2 seconds left on the clock, and you're at your own 47-yard line. Look at me. I did a sports analogy. Look at there.
Wow.
Sports ball. Woohoo.
Well done, sir. I'm proud of you.
But another point with him, maybe add some validity to this, is that the horn itself does not expressly recognize Rand in and of himself. There's the banner. I know we've had multiple conversations about the nature of the dragon banner, and is it a Terran Girl? Is it not? What does it do if it is? Whatever. It does not recognize Rand in and of itself. And again, this could be a case where, assuming maybe Matt is actually already a hero of the horn, Rand could potentially get treated the same way, where it's like we can't potentially alter the actions and duties and responses of the living world, so we're not going to tell you that. But whenever the heroes do engage with Rand, they salute him as the champion of the light, not as a hero of the light. So he does get a moniker that is specific to the Dragon Reborn. And then, of course, his presence is not required for the appearance of the heroes, but neither is any other heroes. Still, we get like Birgitte when she's around him and talks about him. Like, she treats him kind of as like a different category than the hero. She doesn't regard him as kind of like in the same vein. And then because he has this like ability to, with his banner, kind of act as a functioning lead for the heroes, it almost seems like he is a bit of a separate entity from them, given they already have a de facto hero leader in Alter Hawkwind. And the last thing is the Dragon Reborn in and of himself. That moniker gets reborn out without the use or need of the horn. Whether the horn's there or not, whether it's used or not, doesn't matter. In fact, when Rand was reborn and given the dragon moniker on his soul, the Horn of Valir was in the bottom of a pool of sardine in a chest wrapped in the dragon banner. And there were still hunts going on. Or if you believe the fake news that is the TV show, it was underneath the throne in Faldara, underneath Agomar. Just Agomar's ass on top of our horn this whole time.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Letting the daughters of nobility go across the world, taking the names of horses, looking for a horn.
Talking about how desperate they are, but not using it because he seeks too much glory to use it.
But Rand gets reborn regardless of the horn. Again, counterpoint. Individually, so do the other heroes, as they're needed. But we know for a fact the dragon continuously gets reborn separately from the heroes of the horn. Seems to indicate that it's a separate, that the dragon is a separate category. of this. And I like this quote here. This is known as, in the professional world, a punchline option. Rand isn't a hero of the Horn. He's the wheel's factory reset button.
I like that.
Which I know especially anybody in IT is going to love. Reset to factory default is like the I'm fucking done dealing with your
I
shit.
love it.
Click. Just start the fuck over.
Rand is the turn it on and turn it back on. Turn it off.
Yes.
There's a lot more than
The
that.
Dark One is attacking you again. Have you tried resetting reality and turning it on and off again?
Bruh. Oh yeah, the Dark One's running amok and trying to destroy all of reality. Have you tried turning his prison off and back on again? So yeah, any thoughts on that? Any counterpoints, any agreements, like anything on why Rand or just the Soul of the Dragon is not a part of the Heroes of the Horn?
You know,
because we do have two more quick sections after that. I think we can make the next two sections super quick, just like we did this one.
It's just an interesting place to be, right? Because you've got, as far as we know, we've got, 5 category of souls, right? We've got corrupted souls, which embody Trollocs and Shadowspawn. We've got regular souls, which are people that are just living their lives. We've got Heroes of the Horn souls. And then we've got avatars, who I'm going to say, like Nakomi and Shaidar Haran, who I'm going to say are in a class all their own. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the Mantle of Dragon, which is in a class all its own, apparently. So you've got 5 category of soul. Like, what?
Quick posit question. This might be an idea for another episode. Feel free to table it for that. Do the avatars have souls? Do they require souls?
Well, the Avatar of the Light absolutely would. Absolutely.
Sounds like a very interesting discussion that we should try to have in another episode, because I think maybe they don't.
Deep dive on the souls.
I think they could be like more of a construct. And then, like, again, I'm playing semantics with your categories. If like Tavir and Dragon are monikers, and they're just it's like an add-on to the soul. It's an add-on subscription. It's not like a soul in and of itself.
Okay.
So with one fell swoop, I've knocked you down to 3, assuming I'm right about Avatar souls. I feel like I'm gonna get beat by Avatar Kyoshi when I go to.
You definitely are.
Yeah, but sorry, go ahead.
No, I like that. I was just gonna say that. So we've got those 5 sort of category of soul. It's an interesting, what in which echelon do you belong? It's an interesting thought. That's right. That's all I was going there. It's just kind of to outline the categories in which you can be. If you exist in the pattern, you fall into one of those 5 categories.
And I think that's kind of fun how, like, that's part of what makes the pattern is that all of those souls are needed to keep the balance. They have to have, enough souls that are not heroes to kind of offset the heroes that will come in and be gallant and make everything work better. There have to be people that will make it not work in order for that to be worth it. It's that whole, it's the balance there. So I think it's interesting that there are like, it's your deck of cards, right? You have all of the cards that you need based on what play you get. And it's the Dark One, and it's the creator, and it's the eternal game that they're playing, the struggle to see what will end up happening. And I think it's funny that the creator has their stack of heroes that they can be like, I see you've played Gray Man and Fade. I play a Birgitte.
It's the Dark One and the creator are just playing Magic the Gathering.
It's just every time like the Dark One like tries to like board wipe, the fucking creator hits him with a counter spell.
Dragon.
Summon my blue eyes white dragon in attack mode.
Stop. You've just activated my trap card.
All right. So last actual segment of conversation, because I think the last one can be a fun kind of like final thoughts add on. Little tasty morsel. And this one will be super quick. So we're talking about like people, souls, influences on the pattern. It's kind of hard to do that, and we've already brought them up once. without talking about like Ta'Veren. So Ta'Veren versus heroes versus the champions, right? Ta'Veren twist and affect the pattern while alive. They their function runs out when they die, or potentially even before. Just whenever that need for that Ta'Veren pull, that gravity well that is their influence. I wish one of them would influence this contact to sit right on my fucking eye. Anyway, it runs out if not before, by the time they die. Good examples would be like Rand, Matt, and Perrin. Heroes of the Horn, they serve across multiple ages. Seem to get summoned only when needed. They can be summoned by the Horn of Valir, or they can be spun back out to live their lives again as needed by the pattern itself. And they don't choose their missions for the most part. I mean, again, they can deny summons from the forces of the shadow and dark friends, but essentially when they're spun back out to live their lives and to help bolster the structure of the pattern, that's it. That's their function. They're like a cosmic stabilizing force. And then you get into the more champion style roles of the light. And these are like situational roles that occur during like massively pivotal, there's no room to hold back points, like the last battle for the Third Age, where you get like Rand as the Dragon Reborn, as the champion of the light. So he's kind of dual rolling here, where he can be a champion and a Ta'Veren. Or his nature as a champion necessitates him being a Ta'Veren, because he's also like reportedly the strongest Ta'Veren since Alter Hawkwing, right? Then you can get maybe some slightly like lesser champion souls, where you have like Lan fighting like Damodred and doing the incredible stuff he does, surviving, sheathing the sword. This damn contact. If I could just cut my corneas off and get a new one that didn't take a year to fucking heal. Shit you not, that was what they quoted me. They were like, "Yeah, we could do a corneal transplant on your right eye, but it would take a year to heal." Ugh. And I'm like, "You can fuck yourself. I need to be able to see now." Egwene, as a bit of a counterforce to the Sharn channelers, but mainly to counter the fucking Mahale running around doing shit and doing the Flame of Tar-Valon, bringing stability to the pattern so that Rand can tie up those loose ends, tie those tubes of the pattern thread.
Also, if I may, a reincarnation of the Queen of Menetherin.
Oh, Ethranel?
Yeah.
Elisande.
Yes.
There we go.
And I feel like she keeps this up, an eventual hero, right? If you do it enough times, I mean, all she's got to do is create a few more pillars, right?
There is a pattern to what she does.
Gosh, guys, I just had the most ridiculous thought.
Sweet.
Okay, so where do
Don't
we
buy
see,
me dish listening.
where else do we see crystal pillars, guys? Or should I say crystal column?
Oh shit.
I mean, she does use crystals to fill in the gaps in the pattern.
Heyo. That's a
crystal to fill my
statement. Gap. That's a statement.
All right.
Oh,
that's an interesting idea. If there is a connection there, I mean, I don't see nobody else making no crystal. Where the fuck is Swarovski in the Third Age? All right. Where the hell were you when Herod fell and needed better lenses for his goddamn telescopes?
Twice.
When Rand was trying to see far away to hit people with lightning.
Nothing.
I called for crystal twice. Not a Matthew, not a Swan, or nothing.
I called for crystal twice. Oh shit. All right.
So, as we move into our final thoughts, I would like each of us to choose two things as some part in your final thoughts. I would like you to choose a new candidate to be a hero of the Horn, and then I would like you to also choose someone else who, based off of their performance in the Third Age alone, should absolutely never get the chance to be a hero of the Horn.
Oh, that's easy. Wait, when we talk about candidates for the hero to be a hero, are we talking about in our own time, or are we talking about book?
It's the hero of the horn, so it's all time.
I know, but I'm saying, are you saying we should pick someone who's alive today that we think
Pick
would
someone
be,
from the
or at
books.
least someone from the books? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Fuck you, contact you, fucking asshole.
All right. Well, I know who definitely should never be considered as a hero.
Do it.
Someone who, in one single turning, has done enough idiotic, stupid things to guarantee that he will never have a seat at that table.
Does his name start with a G?
His name starts with a G. We refer to him hatingly, not lovingly, as Duck Sauce Packet Boy, because the man is worthless. Gawain has done absolutely nothing. He contributes nothing but frustration and idiocy to the story. And therefore, I present my candidate for never, ever, ever being a hero of the horn. Even in his next life, he may do something super badass, and they're going to be like, yeah, but remember in the last age when you're a fucking moron? And he's going to go, ah. Gawain, I say this with
Remember
all
that pivotal
of the
moment for
energy
your
in my
wife
heart.
that you decided to die?
Fuck
Because you're
you,
a fucking arrogant asshole.
because you're
Yeah.
an idiot.
Yeah. Here.
I'm hashtag never Gawain.
Hashtag never got.
Any other quick final thoughts before we? Because that was just the little fun experiment. But oh wait, you still got to pick someone to be.
I have a who I think should be a hero.
Who
Okay,
should be a
go
hero, Reese?
Telmon is.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah, Telmanis. Give it to me, Daddy T. What's
Yeah.
up? I love me some
I got one.
Telmanis.
I know.
I got one for who should be.
Who should be?
Our favorite cake, almond buns.
Yes.
Because while not
I was
there all the
actually
time,
thinking that.
he's there to support us when we need him, and that is what you need in a hero with a horn.
Yes.
Could you imagine?
Could
Could you imagine almond? Could you imagine almond bunt riding out of being summoned by the horn of Valir with a horse-drawn carriage,
handing
just
you an
hurling apples
apple?
at people's
Yeah.
heads? Just maybe
Johnny
maybe when he gets
Appleseed, bitch.
reborn, he gets reborn to be like a different like produce purveyor, and in one era he gets reborn to be the cabbage guy from Avatar. Except he has much worse luck then.
Yes.
Oh man.
That's great.
Poor guy.
I'm
So
really
Josh, we
glad
still
that-
need a candidate for hero from
Candidate
you, and then Reese and I
4.
both have to give someone that should never be.
Well, Telmanis was damn good. I do like
That
Telmanis.
was a damn good oh god.
That was a good suggestion. I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head, I don't think, that is worthy of such accolade.
No, your task is to find someone that should not. Oh wait, no, you already did. Sorry, my bad.
I did. I found one already.
You did. That was super easy. I thought you were gonna go for the lowest hanging fruit, and then I forgot there was fruit hanging like let's say hanging lower, but it was already on the ground.
You know what?
Like some of the
I got
some of
one.
the lowest. Well, I'm not gonna say it in case it's.
I know who should be a hero of the horn.
Okay.
Motherfucking Varen Sedai.
Yes.
Boom. Hero worthy.
I mean, at least we'll see, right?
I was gonna say Andral,
That's fucked up.
but that's
That's kind of fucked up. We'll see.
Hey, you gotta prove it multiple times. You gotta prove
I
it
kind of
multiple times.
put her in the same category as Rand though. Like she's willing to do bad stuff for good results. Like she might be a little too chaotic to be a hero.
We
with a
have
horn.
to. We have to.
I
Have
think
a
she's
few
a
more
great
trials.
candidate for the next dragon though.
I was gonna say Andral,
Baron be
but
dragging her
Andral
nuts
is
all across these pages.
Andral is more of a low
Your
hanging
dress is
fruit
green and my nuts are blue.
for the hero than
Yeah.
I can't even.
I'm sorry. That would be a good sticker. Your dress is green, but my nuts are blue.
No, that'd be a horrible sticker, Andrew. That'd be horrible.
We need. Look, I'm desperate for sticker ideas. We need sticker ideas so fucking
All right.
bad.
I'll make sticker ideas. I promise. I'll get on that.
Just Varen in like an old like square body Chevy with blue truck nuts.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get Betty White and I'm gonna like make her look like an Aes Sedai and get a like picture of her like flipping the bird. Be like
Betty White
Baron.
would have been an amazing Baron today. That's where Amazon really fucked up. They waited too long. Anyway,
You right. Or B. Arthur. B. Arthur would be a Aes Sedai.
she'd play a good like Cad Swain.
Ah, she would be a good Cad Swain.
So
I would
have
probably
good,
like Cad Swain if they had actually
Instead of like
done a good job.
Ma, you just hear Rand. That's a good fucking episode. Recast like the Wheel of Time as like Golden Girls.
Oh, let's do it. I want it. I vote yes.
So Reese, you chose who should not be?
Tamiz.
What?
You're biased.
100% biased. That bloody son of a goat should never be a hero of the horn.
Who again?
Tammuz,
Tammuz.
Oh.
who spilled all of the fireworks
Oh.
and got Aludra kicked out.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a no one. I would be very interested to see the folks that counter this point. Someone that should never, ever, ever, ever be a hero of the horn.
Cad Swain.
Hylan.
Ooh, Thailand. Also correct.
Hashtag on the registry. Hashtag not a hero.
Hashtag I live in the neighborhood.
Hashtag I'd print out posters and put them on every fucking tree if I lived in Thailand's neighborhood. It's a long hashtag, but it gets the point across.
Hashtag don't hassle me, I'm local. Which is
Hashtag
also
ban lace.
something we haven't done in a while, but don't hassle
Ban
me, I'm
local?
local. Don't hassle me, I'm local is the movie quote of the night. If you know what movie that comes from, comment.
Oh,
It
Old
is. I will
bit
give you a further hint. It is not.
It was
quote
great.
that is spoken out loud. It is on a T-shirt.
That was a great series we used to do. We got all of 3 people over the course of 2 years to comment on what TV show it was.
Right?
Or movie. It was fantastic. Speaking of other
We
things
should
that are fantastic, we talked about it in pre-recording, so if you want to be able to hear it and see the lyrics and everything for it before it goes public, Slylock, the artist and mastermind behind the Black Tower podcast theme music, made a vocalized cover for it, where it's all in the old tongue, and it is incredible. It is amazing. It elicits emotional responses without understanding the words entirely. It is just incredible. If you want to hear that right now before it goes live, make sure you head on over to Patreon. You can get there by going to blacktowerpod.com and clicking the button that says Patron. I know that's shocking, really hard to find. Or just go on Patreon and look for Black Tower Podcast. You can find us there. And just subscribe. It's part of the pre-recording, and that is available to all tiers of patrons for you to watch. You can watch it, you can read the lyrics, you can listen to it, all that fun stuff. It's fantastic. It's incredible. Josh was speechless. Reese was speechless. I listened to it last weekend, so I had an unfair advantage. But it was amazing watching them listen to it, and I was like fairly taken aback again. So yeah, go and check that out. Also, if you're running low on energy after listening to these episodes, or you're like, I'll have to finish this in the morning because I'm too tired now, w.gg, go get your jitterless energy, use code BTP, all that fun stuff.
Well done.
Yeah. Or use the
solid
link down
plug
in the show notes or description below.
Right. Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's part of their promo materials because I forgot I had the link bookmark. So I just went and looked and I was like, oh shit, look at that. I mean, obviously, except for the text, I had to add that, but Canva's the thing, so there's that. Anyway,
yes, indeed.
Let us know. What do you think down below? What do you think about Heroes of the Horn? Who do you think should be a hero of the Horn? Who do you think should never be a hero of the Horn? Let us know. And again, you can always hop over into the Discord to let us know more immediately. I think I've flapped my gums long enough. I've been your Bias on Mahale, Andrew.
I've been your Eighth on Mahale, Reese.
And I have been your Sorovan Mahale of the moniker Josh. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. Thank you for showing us your true colors. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid. Your true colors. We hope you leave here just a little bit more insane than you were when you first got here, because it's the taint coming in your ears. Cut that.
I hope we're just
Don't
itchy
cut that.
enough.
Don't cut that. Don't cut
I'll never cut the end. Nobody listens long enough to hear it. You would
The
be
end of our show is like a uncircumcised because we never cut the end.
I don't think you want to see the average view duration of our YouTube episodes. Let me just tell you, most people don't stick around for the episode content.
True.
They stick around
It's true.
for the first 11 minutes of bullshit.
While we're talking about beer,
Yeah.
and then they leave.
Generally after 14 minutes, they're like, I'm gonna go find
All
something
right.
else."
Okay. That's it.
It's a podcast for a reason. Yeah, we love you guys, or we don't. You'll never know because you'll never hear this part. Unless
But
you
we
did.
say we do.
Blah, 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 blah. Good night, y'all. We love y'all. Goodbye.
You've been waiting for this moment, for this feeling to grow. In the shadows, always watching, always running the show. In the tower, you can bring your pain. In the tower, you can feel the strain. You've been having so much trouble